Hello, I'm Lola. Sorry it's been such a long time since my last video. My husband's been a bit sick, but today we're back with the Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percents. So these were sold in Thailand just a bit before they were sold in America and Europe. So I've had a chance to run about 40 kilometers in them, mainly on track surfaces, sometimes on the road bit outside the track, which is tarmac, and there are some bits that are concrete. So the Nike Tempo Next Percents is what I'm going to call them because the long name is such a mouthful. They're a training companion to the famous Alpha Fly shoes, which are the top of the range version, the record-breaking version, and these are supposed to last longer. So the main differences are that the Tempos don't have a carbon plate, they have a composite plate. They still have the same air zoom thing, and they are made of Zoom X and React foam. They've got a different upper. The ones on the Alpha Fly are atom knit and these are fly knit. But the fly knit's different from your usual Zoom Fly knit or the 4% fly knit. They're a sort of gradient fly knit. There's a bit more holes in the front and less at the back for stability or whatever. And they weigh slightly heavier than the Alpha Fly. So the Nike Tempo are aptly named. They are made for running at your tempo pace, which is 70 to 80% of your race pace, at the 70 to 80% of the distance that you want to run. There's a lot to say about these. I'll start with the shape. Obviously they look a bit ridiculous, but not so if you're accustomed to Nike's newer shoes that look a bit like a, I don't know, steam iron or something really. The toe box isn't that wide, maybe a bit of a problem for wider feet people. The inside is quite seamless, so there's a bit of support around the heel there. There's no sort of arch support per se, but the upper actually does a good job of holding it all together when you lace them up. The heel part, there's this heel tab which is quite handy when you put them on because they're actually quite hard to put on, although this means more stability for when you run. There is no tongue. You've got the laces. Now these laces are, I think they are quite similar to the Next Percent laces. They're a bit thicker, they distribute the weight well, and they're not as bad as the Zoom Fly SP laces, which come off all the time. The upper is very breathable. They don't hold water. I've been running in them in the rain. They aren't that bad. The upper is quite stiff and quite durable. After 40k, I don't see any sort of holes coming along. So let's talk about the Air Zoom Pods, which is the latest bit of technology that Nike has put in their shoes. They are very responsive. If you jump directly on them, you jump higher, and that goes the same for when you're running. Unfortunately, if you don't land on them, they're just right underneath the ball of your foot. You don't get as much bounce, but the rocker shape and the plate actually does an alright job of completing the running gait faster, although they're not as aggressive as the Next Percents. The feel of the shoe, it's got a very high stack height, and for me they do feel a bit unstable when you turn around tighter corners. And I feel that despite all the tech, it's not as energy saving as, say, the Next Percents. Now I can't say the same for the Alpha Flies because I haven't tried them fully yet. I've just put them on and sort of did some strides in them. They feel wow, obviously. Another thing is they're really hard to put on, and I mean they're really hard to put on, but then again it means that they are stable. The other problem that I've had with them is that the pull tab at the back can rub your Achilles. So maybe don't wear no-show socks. Maybe some people won't have a problem with that. Durability wise, the upper is fine. Of course, I've said it doesn't look like there's going to be any holes in them anytime soon. However, the rubber underneath, the black rubber, now these are supposed to be training shoes that last longer than the Alpha Flies. For me, I think the lifespan of the black rubber outsole will probably be as much as the next percent, although this is my fault entirely because I have a problem of landing on the outside of my shoes. So, in sum, they are what they say they're for. They're for tempo runs at 70 to 80% of your race pace and 70 to 80% of your distance. They're probably a very good training companion for if you want to transition into the Alpha Fly, and they're probably good if you want to try the sort of the new Air Zoom Pod technology, but you don't want to commit yourself with the Alpha Flies just yet. So hopefully I'll do more videos from now on, although there won't be much footage of me running around outside, not because of COVID restrictions or anything, but unfortunately my husband who makes the videos is still a bit ill. And if you like, please hit the like button, and if you want to, please subscribe for now. Thank you very much. Bye.